Welcome guys to another video. Today we're going to be talking about severe weather down in the not deep south, but in the Dixe Alley region over across over to here. We have it in parts of far southeastern Arkansas, far northeastern Louisiana. We have a moderate risk, and then parts of north, central, northern, and just parts of Mississippi here in central, north, central, and central Mississippi. We have an enhanced that goes around it. It's in parts of Louisiana, Arkansas, parts of about southern Mississippi, and also we have it in Tennessee and far northwestern Alabama. We have a slight risk that goes around that as well. It extends from parts of far southern Illinois, Kentucky, I believe that is Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri, and Louisiana, the marginal surrounding that. Today we're going to be starting off with the tornado threat. It is a 15% hatch, which means it's significant at here. Hatch area, 10% or greater probability of EF2, EF5 tornado within 25 miles of a point. So, pretty big day tomorrow, but there is some modes that could possibly make the system fail. But we'll get into that later. But we're going to check the wind threat. 30. They did have it at a 30 hatch, but now it is a 30, and then hail is 15. Some cities that I notice here in the outline is, I believe that it's Greenville. Memphis is in the 6 severe. Jackson, Mississippi. Jackson, Tennessee. Monroe, Louisiana, and Bartlett, Tennessee. And the 10% Memphis, Jackson, Monroe, Meridian actually is in it as well. We're going to go through the outlook here. A deep and progressive mid-upper level trough is forecast to move from central southern Rockies eastward Tuesday morning to parts of the Mississippi Valley region by early Wednesday. Surface cyclone initially over central Texas, Kansas will move quickly northeastward toward the upper Great Lakes by Tuesday evening as an attendant cold front sweeps through Great Plains and eventually into the Midwest. The cold front is going to be super slow, which is going to cause really this to have possibly multiple rounds of severe weather in the threat. And then let's look at this. Seasonably rich low-level moisture will quickly stream northward across the lower and mid-Mississippi Valley region ahead of a cold front on Tuesday, aided by a strong southwesterly low-level jet. Meanwhile, modestly steep mid-level lapse rates will overspread the region in advance of the deep, progressive mid-upper level trough. This will result in development of moderate buoyancy, ML Cape in excess of 1,500 joules per kilogram across the warm sector. This destabilization will be occurring within a strongly sheared environment supportive of organized storms, including supercells. Initially, elevated convection is expected to gradually increase in coverage through the morning across the Archaeopteryx region within a low-level warm advection regimen, which is basically the dew points and all that going and increasing north, with additional development possibly further south across southern Louisiana and Mississippi, where somewhat stronger heating is expected. A few surface-based supercells are expected to evolve by afternoon, which could potentially be longer-lived as they move northeastward through a moistening and strongly sheared environment. Favorable 0 to 1 kilometer shear and SRH will support a tornado threat, though some uncertainty remains regarding the impact of potentially weak low-level lapse rates on the tornado potential. Any sustained supercells within the warm sector could pose a strong tornado threat, in addition to a risk of hail and damaging wind gusts. Storm coverage will continue to increase through the evening and overnight hours, with favorable low-level moisture and strong low-level and deep layer shear continuing to support a threat of all severe hazards. Some tornado potential is likely to continue overnight across parts of Mississippi into western and central Alabama. Once again, here's that moderate risk. I think it's going to stay moderate. Don't really see any changes coming up. But let's get into the models. First off, we're going to start with HRRR. This is at 0Z, which is 7 p.m. in Central Time. We're going to go ahead and skip to tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We have, I would say, neutrally tilt here. Let's look at this. We have a neutrally tilt. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but neutral tilt trough. Try and get these ads off here. Alrighty. And then we're going to check the 850 millibar, which is a little legit. It's increasingly getting bigger here in Missouri, if I'm correct. Yep, Missouri, Arkansas. Already down here in parts of Texas and Louisiana, it's already 40, 45, 50 knots. Check my 18Z. A little legit. It has overspread into Illinois. And then we also have parts of Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. It's all in the 40 to 50 knots range, and then we can go to 6Z, or 0Z, whoops, skip to 06Z, and then it increases in parts of northern, northeastern Mississippi and northwestern Alabama, and there is some spots here in lower southern Mississippi and eastern Louisiana that increases as well. Let's go back to tonight at 7, even though I'm making this video 3 hours ago. 3 hours later, we're going to go look at and find it, dew points. As you see here, we have already some decent dew points in far southern Texas like usual, and already in the high 40s to low 50s in Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, and eastern Texas. And skip forward to the morning. As you see, it's already starting to spread northward. We have low to mid 60s already in parts of Texas and parts of Louisiana. We're going to go hour by hour now. As you see, it starts to increase even more. And then you see the cold front right here as well. And sorry if you guys hear any clicking, it's just my mouse. It's kind of very loud, so nothing I can do. But as you see, by 14Z, which I believe is 10 a.m., I believe so, 10 a.m., we already have 70s reaching land. We're going to go ahead and go to 18Z, which is about 1 p.m. We already have 70s, actually low 70s in parts of Louisiana and far southern Mississippi, which there was, the HRRR was running a cold bias lately. It usually does in the winter, second season, so take for granted these may be higher, but I don't suspect them to be too much higher. Yep, so have the 70s and 60s dew points across the risk area, and then these were running really cold, but now it's into the 70s, parts of Mississippi and Louisiana. We're going to go ahead and zoom in on Louisiana and Mississippi area. We're going to go look at some surface-based cape. As you see, by 2 p.m., we already have, looks like to be some cold pool storms here, but you have strong, very strong, moderate, I'd say, moderate instability in Louisiana and parts of Mississippi, between 2,500 and 3,000, I'd say. We're going to go ahead and skip ahead. You see it starts to creep even further northward. There is some, looks like to be a storm, I would say, in that area. Have to go check it. Reflectivity. Yeah, there's a really big storm. Not a big storm, but there is a storm with a helicity track and taking a sounding in front of it. Not a bad. It has nice venting. I want to say it doesn't have backed winds to it. 3 cape is at 166. Decent lapse rates. You have some nice cape here, 2400, and then nice shear and EHI and SRH. This storm could be an early on one. Could be one of the big ones. And then using similar reflectivity isn't too good, but just to show it what it looks like right now. Then lapse rates here. Lapse rates don't look too bad so far. which usually mid-level lapse rates is the reason, really the main cause for these Dixie scenarios to bust out. But it looks like that won't be a problem. There is a chance that they are lower than expected, but right now it doesn't look like it's a problem. We're going to go to 0-1 kilometer. AGL, not bad at all. I mean, you see this little spike here. It's due to the storm right here, but not bad. You have 30s to 40s knots of 1 kilometer shear. Then you go deep layer shear, low level, deep layer. That's what it is. And then you have 70, 50 to 70, well, the 70 in these pockets right here. But overall, really good shear. It's just going to come down if we can get enough instability, and if it's not a messy convective mode. If it's messy, storms cut off each other, and then they just don't get going. Could be a problem for tomorrow. This is the triple R as well. So, and then you look at this 3 Cape, 0 to 3 Cape is really good in parts of Louisiana. Go to 6Z. See, it's starting. I think there's a cold pool here. I don't think it will be like that tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Let's go actually check this right now. Yeah, you have really two big storms here, and then let's see what's going on up here. It's contaminated, some SNH. It is backed here, but in a really long photograph, but it is also contaminated, so I'm not going to use that. But yeah, tomorrow's threat is looking pretty big if it can stay discreet to semi-discreet. If it can't, pretty good chance I'd say that nothing happened. Well, not nothing happens, but it's not as bad as what it could be. Like, the ceiling's really high for the system, but just comes down to if there's any failure modes or not. Sorry, I'm just not thinking correctly. Alright, this is the NAM 3 kilometer NAM. This is at 12Z tomorrow morning. Go ahead and skip around to 18Z. As you see, I don't know if the NAM is running really cold. I would assume so. I would hope so. Because, yeah, wow. Make sure I'm on the right model run, too. Yeah, I'm on the latest model run. I mean, yeah, you have 60s here. Mid-60s in Mississippi and all that. And then you have low or mid-50s or high 50s, low 60s up here in Arkansas. Yeah, this is definitely running cold here. I mean, dew points aren't bad in this area, but still, it's definitely running cold. So let's see if it improves here as we move on through the day on this. It is the night before, so could easily just be running cold. 0Z, I mean, yeah, it does increasingly get better, but yeah, I just think it's running way too cold. Just picking a model, picking a sounding, not a model. I mean, you have slightly backed winds, kind of. This photograph, not a bad photograph. 3 Cape is 12. Well, I mean, has good SRH, very good shear. A low level lapse rate is 5.4. Well, see the deep layer shear. Not bad. You can actually see the storms convecting here on this model. And it has been struggling to convect, but there it is. It's convecting. Shocker. Yeah, but I truly believe... Oh my. Yeah. It is running way too cold. Wow. See this right here? You have a little... goes out a little bit, but then you have an elevated mix layer. Slightly backed. Kinda, not really. Photograph is kind of iffy. Don't pay attention to the hazard type. 3 Cape is 92. I'm gonna go check that, actually. I cannot check it. Let's go check the EHI. Yeah, 8 in the EHI is bad. Let's go up here. Sounding all the way up. See where this is at. Northeast, northwest, Mississippi. Sounding is not bad at all. This is at 0Z, so I wonder if it's an overnight threat on the cam. Yeah, it looks like it just struck us. I wonder if the low-level lounge rates could be a cause here. Let's check south of this big little thing here. Pretty good cap here. You have backed winds though, so I mean, even though you have backed winds and nice turning of the winds, emo, the lapse rate 4.9. Oh my, here no, the dam is running way too cold. Let's go to the actual NAM here. Oh, take it off that. 12Z, go to 15Z, 18. Oh my, yeah, it's both of them are running cold. It seems. Temperature, yeah, by noon. Doesn't even have 70s here in parts of Louisiana. It doesn't even, yeah, both these models are running cold. I waited off till after the 0Z models comes out, and everything's running cold now. But I was trying to do my best analysis that I can with the latest model guidance, but clearly models don't want to. Yeah, as you see here, let's just take a random sounding here in parts of Louisiana. I mean, it's not a bad sounding, actually. 3K per 62, sheer, pretty good. Not really backed winds here, but it's fine. 70 over 70, 71 over 70. Don't think it's gonna be like that. And then as you see, it actually starts to go north here. It's like it's sounding all the way up here in the better shear. I wonder if we can get a hail threat here. Okay, I say better shear, but kinda iffy sounding, but that's all right. Arkansas. Take it on Mississippi. Not a bad sounding here in Mississippi, actually. Really good ketamers. Just sheer. Good S rates like usual. Cape is just on the low end, which makes me wonder they have to be running cold. If they aren't running cold, then I don't know what's going on. Let's take a look at the WFB3. Knowing this model is gonna be going crazy. Huh. It's the FB3 for you. But yeah, this is the very high-end scenario, and it's very far, and like, very south. Moderate risk is, here, let's try again. Moderate risk is in this area, and it has almost everything down here. So, truly, I mean, I see the moderate risk coming down here a little bit. Like, hold on, I gotta draw better. So here's the moderate risk now, I believe. Moderate risk could probably be extended a little bit. Not to Alabama. Don't pay attention to that. But parts of, like, a little bit further down here. Because there is a sneaky risk down here. So moderate risk maybe could be extended down here. A little bit in this area, but this is the FE3, so really can't do much model guidance off the FE3 because every supercell known to mankind is on there. But let's go check the wrap. Actually, this is the latest wrap as well. Rapid refresh model. First off, we're gonna go check the temperature to see if it's running cold as well. And it appears it is running cold as well. Yeah, you already have basically 60 to 70 dew points here. Go check the mean layer, next layer. Very odd. It is the second season, so I see why it's running cold. Just confused. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. So, what I truly believe is, let's go back to that SPC here. Tomorrow is going to be a decent day if everything isn't too, let's say, messy. The failure modes is just really messy is I think, and maybe cloud cover as well. But if anything, the moderate risk could be extended down here to like involve Jackson and that area. That's what, if any extension happens, that's what I think. Maybe extend the enhanced risk out a tad bit here. Excuse me. But overall, the risk does highlight a good area, and there is a debate: will tomorrow go high? I don't think it will. There's just uncertainty on like if it'll be too messy or if anything. So there's just too many fail modes tomorrow for it to be really bad, in my opinion. But we'll see what happens. I hope you guys have a good day, and I will try to do more like in-depth analysis. But with most models running cold, it is kind of hard to do that. We can go actually check here. Let's go to SBC. Find it here. Forecast tools, HREF. We're gonna look through here. It's at 12 UTC. Very interesting. This is at, what is this? Okay, 7 p.m. tomorrow night. As you see, and we can actually go, we're gonna go here. This is at 4 p.m. You can actually see, I think it's two separate jets here. It's actually kind of cool if you think about it, but it is also connected with severe potential as well. We're going to do the mean max for surface base. This is the mean. Yes, this is the mean. It's the mean. So we're going to go to the mean here. Try to get it so it's involved in everything. So the mean for HREF is kind of following what the NAM models show. Here, you know, you barely have 1,000 out here. You have under 1,000. Could reach it a little bit further. Let's go check the max. And the max is definitely the HRRR. Yeah. So it makes me wonder. But yeah, it does. I mean, it does look like it is running way too cold on the models, which is, in my opinion, kind of shocking. But second season, so it's given. This is the 0 to 1 kilometer SRH, I believe. Yeah, storm relative velocity. This is the mean as well. So this is at 0Z. Not bad, Mississippi. You'll probably have storms, a line of storms here in Mississippi. Possibly, or like a couple supercells in that area. And maybe another couple down here. Tomorrow is a day where you can have multiple supercells. What the? Ready. But yeah. I'm sorry guys, I couldn't get too much of in-depth analysis due to models running cold. But tomorrow looks like it could be a significant day, with significant tornadoes being possible. If you're in the risk area, I know probably no one here watches that is in the risk area, but if you're in the risk area, I would take extreme caution tomorrow, have a weather radio, pay attention to your local weather office, like local news channels that are going to be doing weather coverage, and just hope you just stay safe. But yeah, low level jet is going to be insane up here in Illinois, Indiana, parts of Michigan, Wisconsin. Man, if you can get instability up here, could have a small tornado chance, I'd say. Excuse me. This is the 003. This is at 21Z. 4 o'clock. Let's just check reflectivity for fun. Gotta zoom back in. Should have that one supercell down here. It looks like it's just too messy. That's what I think the one concern almost everyone has is it's gonna be way too messy tomorrow. You can take a sounding here in southern Mississippi. It's a really good sounding. The storm vents itself well. You have almost back to winds. Good shear, slightly. Let's go up a little bit further north. Central. Yeah, really, like, it's still not too backed, but really good, really good. So, I'll be posting these in the morning, and by the time I post this, We could have a high risk, but I really don't really go the high risk because of the uncertainties. So, one last time, I'm going to go over what the threats are. You have moderate risk, parts of Mississippi, Arkansas, Louisiana, and very far parts of Tennessee. Tornado risk, about 15% hatched, which means 15% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. And with the hatched, it is a hatched 10% or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. Let's go to the wind. You have 30% here, so pretty good wind threat, but that will come down if they bow out, which I believe if they bow out, the wind threat would come in the wind threat when the cold front crashes could come out in like this area, I would say. More into the slight risk area, but we'll have to see. And then you have the hail threat. There was a chance of significant, like, get a sig hail here, up here in this area, but with recent models, I don't think that's really possible now. In this area, you have supercells developing, and a lot of trains aren't too good, so I think it'll stay the same. But hope you guys had a great night. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and I will see you in my next video.